Hello learners, I welcome you to the video lesson 7, Reading with Understanding of Senior Secondary Level English. The lesson, Reading with Understanding, has unseen comprehension passages. A passage which one has not read before is to be read. The theme is to be understood, and questions that follow the passage are to be answered. Reading with Understanding is based on one of the questions you'll get in your exams, the unseen passage. For reading and interpreting the passage, one must develop the ability to comprehend, that is, to understand the main theme. Number 2, decode, that is, to recognize the meaning of the passage. Number 3, analyze, that is, to evaluate and draw out the conclusions. Number 4, respond, that is, answer the given question. Reading is a skill, and like any other skill, can be acquired through constant practice. For regular practice, you just take a passage in the beginning and just go slowly. You will gather speed as you go on and go on. Take a passage, read it quickly for the first time. You will be able to gather what the passage is about. The second step is to read it again, but this time a little slowly. While trying to do practice for at least 4 to 5 passages, you will have some difficulty, but slowly you will gather speed, accuracy, and will be able to answer the questions on reading with understanding or unseen passages. This question is the most scoring question, but only if you put in some practice. The more you practice, the more efficiently you will be able to answer the questions, because practice gives speed and better understanding. If regular practice is done, you will soon get to know how to deal with this question. With regular practice, you'll be able to catch up with a good speed and a better understanding. Because practice, as you all know, makes a man perfect, and so here, also with practice, you will be able to gather speed. Now, this will mean that you will be able to read the passage quickly, that is, take less time in reading the passage and also understand and comprehend it quickly. Now, while reading the passage, you should follow certain steps, like read the passage quickly to get a general idea of it. Don't look at the questions and don't lessen the speed. A general idea at the first stage is essential. Now read the passage again, but this time speed of reading, it should be a bit slow, and so that the passage or the meaning of the passage is understood clearly. Now, while doing the second reading, you may come across some difficult words or some unfamiliar words. Now, what will you do in such a situation? You need not stress out your mind and think about of what is the meaning of this difficult word. Don't waste your time in asking anyone what the word means. Overlook such words, as they might just be there to distract you a little. Don't ignore them completely, but don't forget to encircle them, because they might act as an answer to the vocabulary questions. To answer the word, better try to relate the word where it actually appears. Relate it with 1 or 2 sentences before or 1 or 2 sentences succeeding the word. They will take you on the right track and will somewhat tell you what the word means. Your main focus should be only on the main idea. Reading skills can be acquired through regular practice. You should develop a good command over the language and should learn to read it fast. The most important point to be kept in mind while reading a passage is to read it with concentration, interest, and this will make it easy to interpret the main idea. Be sure to read each passage at your own normal speed. Reading too slowly will prevent you from having adequate time to answer all of the questions. Reading too quickly will cause you to miss much of the detailed information presented in the passage and will force you to reread most of the passage, something that will also prevent you from answering all the questions. Reading skills can be acquired through regular practice. You should develop a good command over the language and should learn to read it fast. The most important point to be kept in mind while reading a passage is to read it with concentration, interest, and this will make it easy to interpret the main idea. Now, when you start reading the passage for the second time, you must first go through the questions asked and also keep the questions in mind. because then it will be easy for you to locate the answers. Also remember that while you are reading the passage for the second time, you underline or mark the keywords and also the key sentences. Once you have finished reading the passage, take a moment to focus on the main point and the arguments that support the main point. If you are having difficulty remembering the main point of the passage, take a moment after reading the passage to write down the main point in a short, simple sentence. Your state of mind when approaching these passages is extremely important. Your state of mind when approaching these passages is extremely important. Make sure that you take a positive, energetic attitude to the passages. Many passages in the reading comprehension section discuss conflicts between different viewpoints, and this makes the reading inherently more interesting. Getting involved in the argument will make the passage more enjoyable for you and will also allow you to focus more clearly on the material. Reading research has demonstrated that readers do not simply perceive the meaning that is in a text. In fact, expert readers co-construct meaning with a text. The research base shows that reading is a transaction in which the reader brings purposes and life experiences to bear to converse with the text. This meeting of the reader and the text results in the meaning that is comprehension. Comprehension always attends to what is coded or written in the text, but it also depends upon the reader's background, experiences, purposes, feelings, and needs of the moment. That's why we can read the same book or story twice, and it will have very different meanings for us. We as readers are an equal and active partner with the text in the meaning, making process of comprehension. Learners, what processes and strategies are required to be an active constructor of meaning as a reader? They set purposes, they predict, decode text, identify word and sentence meanings, summarize, bring meaning forward throughout the reading, building on prior information to create new and fuller meanings. They visualize, see characters, settings, situations, ideas, mental models. They question, they monitor understanding. The most salient difference between good and poor readers is that good readers know when and often why they are not comprehending. They use clarifying and corrective strategies where needed. They reflect on and apply the meaning that has been made to new situation. Learners here must also learn how to meet the demands of making meaning with new text structures, argument, classification, satire, definition, fable, etc., and new task-specific conventions like those to tip off a reader to irony, symbolism, unreliable narrators, etc. A reader who reads a satire or an ironic monologue, or even a fable for that matter, using only general process strategies will not comprehend it. We need to explicitly model what we do, guide and nurture them to do the same things, and then create situations that will encourage and help them to purposefully use the same strategies. Another way of putting it from learners' perspectives is show me, help me, and let me. Using think alouds and action strategies, two rich sets of teaching techniques are way of doing just that. Learners, over here in the lesson, this lesson is divided into two parts. Part 1, reading with understanding. The first part analyzes reasons for stress during exams and how to cope with unwanted pressures. The second part deals with issues pertaining to maintaining good health. Part 1. Examination time is usually a time of stress, not just for students but for parents and teachers as well. The passage explains some of the reasons why adults feel unduly stressed and the need to develop skills to cope with such pressures. Most of us feel failure and are worried about not being able to match up with the expectations and inability to cope with developmental tasks. We need to learn how to remain unaffected by these demands. Learners, an anxiety is contagious and passes on to other students or learners, teachers and parents. Adolescents, when stressed out, tend to perceive everything as an emergency. Some of the reasons for increase in stress level are identity crisis, the need to make career-oriented decisions, teachers and parents' attitude, and peer pressure. The inability to communicate with parents also plays a major role. Good memory depends upon a good brain. The brain needs a good supply of oxygen, glucose, calcium, phosphorus, and iron. So make sure you sit in a well ventilated place when studying. Your diet should include milk, cheese, walnuts, wheat germ, green leafy vegetables, ragi, and dates. Do not forget that breakfast is the brain food. Fatty meals, sugar, and acids take away calcium from the system. Diets rich in fiber like fruits and vegetables help to reduce stress. Good concentration is important to improve the memory. Learning and memorizing by understanding and recalling what one has learned is helpful. Organizing and framing a logical relationship is important. Mastery not just of the content of the subject but also the process of answering is equally important. And anxiety and fear hamper recall and result in a mental block during examination. Watching television for a long time could lower academic performance. It steals away the reading time. Time management is about self-discipline. Time must be maintained and managed between filled and unfilled time. Stress and anxiety is contagious because it can easily be rubbed on other students or learners, teachers, and parents too. Suggestions for doing away with anxiety and stress. Number 1, eating nourishing food which is healthy for the body and brain. Number 2, learning by understanding concepts instead of rote cramming. This helps remember things better and aids easy recall during exam time. Learn effective time management and self-discipline. 4, taking adequate rest by sleeping at least 7 to 8 hours a day. Coming to part 2 learners, we have understood how overstress and anxiety can be detrimental to our health and performance. Hence, it is important that we adopt measures to overcome this problem. In this section, we will learn how stress can be prevented. The section is divided, it is actually subdivided into 4 paragraphs marked A, B, C, and D. Paragraph A, to avoid or reduce stress, you must manage your time properly. You must prepare a to-do task list. However, these tasks are not static. They undergo change over a period of time. It is useful to divide tasks into 3 categories: important, A, less important, B, and routine, C. Intersperse A and B tasks with C tasks such as ironing clothes, reading newspaper, etc. This would provide relief from constant pressure of important tasks. B. Exercise is beneficial in reducing anxiety and improving sleep. So you must build a habit of regular exercise. Brisk walking, swimming, jogging, aerobics are effective in keeping the heart healthy. Whenever possible, you should walk or cycle to cover short distances. Traveling is very stressful. There are few simple exercises that you can do while traveling in a bus. You can strengthen your wrist by rolling your hands backwards and forwards while gripping the rod overhead. You can also place your fingertips on the bar and push hard so that the fingers bend back. Then relax. Repeat this 10 times to increase flexibility of your fingers. C. Hobbies help to reduce stress. Hobbies can become as refreshing as sleep. They help boost self-image and forget the tensions and failures that one faces in life. Very often, the work one does may not give the person any pleasure. However, since one chooses one's hobbies according to one's own temperament and aptitude, they give great pleasure. They are healthy mood enhancers. D. In order to remain calm and at peace, you need to train yourself to think positively. Every year, students or learners who are unable to cope with disappointment caused by failure or performance lower than expected take the extreme step of committing suicide. This is, of course, a very negative step and shows lack of positive thinking. Failing in the examination is not the end of the world. Furthermore, many geniuses like Ramanujan and Einstein failed examinations. Failure is never final and success is never an end. Talk about your problems. Maintain a diary in which you make a to-do list and prioritize the tasks from very important to the least important. Para B deals with the importance of exercising and getting good sleep. Para C deals with the positive effects of a hobby. Hobbies can be as refreshing as good sleep. They provide pleasure and therefore reduce stress, and finally they boost self-image and give confidence. Para D deals with the need to think positively by not worrying about failure or what others will think. We need to tell ourselves that failing in an exam is not the end of the world, and that some of the great geniuses like Ramanujan and Einstein too failed in their exams. Your primary goal while reading, learners, is to find the main point of the passage. Although in the majority of passages, the main point is stated in the first paragraph, it is not always the case that the main point appears in the first or second sentence. The main point of many passages has appeared in the final sentence of the first paragraph or in the first sentence of the second paragraph. On average, about 30% of the questions deal directly with the main idea. Learners, as you begin with the reading comprehension section, search for passages with interesting or appealing subject matter. If all else is equal, choose the passage with the greatest number of questions. Also keep in mind that on a number of occasions, after the second reading, you will be comfortable with the meaning of the passage and you will be able to answer the questions easily. Try to write the answers in your own language, but do this only if you can. If you cannot do so, that is, try to write the answers in your own words, take the words as given in the passage. It is better to borrow words from the passage and answer the questions instead of not answering them at all or giving a wrong answer. Try to be brief, stick only to the main idea, make no use of extra or useless words because they might make your answer wrong. Simple language should be used only. Be precise and don't exceed the word limit. Keep in mind, learners, that it is neither possible nor necessary for you to know every detail of a passage. For many questions, you should return to the passage to confirm what you remember from your first reading of the passage. Learners, limit what you write to noting where the author makes a major point or changes the course of his or her argument. Pay attention to the language the author uses in the passage. Learners, continuing the same idea. Now, for continuing the same idea, you can use certain words like furthermore, moreover, additionally, similarly, in fact, indeed, for example. Now, introducing a new idea, you can use certain words such as however, but, still, yet, although, in contrast, nevertheless. Learners, always remember that by using the said strategies, you will be able to answer the questions on any unseen passage. Always, always remember to comprehend, decode, analyze, and understand. Just remember that reading and practice can only help you. Learners, here we come to the close of the lesson. Hope you got some idea of how to approach reading comprehension. Learners, each lesson demands your undivided attention as it has not only a story or any issue raised, it has its interwoven language skills which you need to understand well enough to write your exams. Please look up the book of Senior Secondary Level English of NIOS before writing your exams. Prepare well for your exams. Thank you.
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
करने राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम नहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने हम, अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम, अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम, स्वयं बने हम,
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।